3 WWE women who may leave Raw. Soon. WWE S Women's Division, under the creative leadership of Triple H, has been the most stacked and successful it has ever been. Especially Monday Night Raw, which boasts major star power from rising prospects to icons and more. However, the year is about to end, and the Stamford-based promotion will enter the road to WrestleMania with the kickoff of 2026. That said, the creative team could jumble their rosters, and things could change. In this article, we will look at 3 women who may soon leave Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley has been one of the major box office attractions for the sports entertainment juggernaut for years. She has been a part of the Red brand for a long time, and has had a memorable run so far. But now, fans want to see the Nightmare competing with a fresh face. Therefore, Ripley could end up leaving Raw and joining SmackDown, kicking off her new journey on the Blue brand. Her first feud could be against Aleister Black and Zelina Vega, while teaming up with her terror twin, Damian Priest. The Man recently lost the Women's Intercontinental Championship to Maxine Dupree in a major upset on Raw. Since then, she has been raising complaints about how the loss was unfair and raised kayfabe allegations against the WWE Raw general manager, Adam Pearce. Amid her heat with Pearce, Lynch could leave the Monday night show and join Friday night SmackDown. She could either chase the WWE Women's Championship or the Women's United States title. Hall of Famer Nikki Bella came back earlier this summer and is currently embarking on an entertaining run on the Red brand. She recently turned heel and is now officially gunning for Stephanie Vacker's Women's World Championship. The Fearless One is all set to face La Primera at Survivor Series 2025, with the WWE Women's World title on the line. However, recently, Nikki revealed that this is her final run. That said, after completing her current run, she may finally retire from the in-ring action and leave the flagship show. However, Rhea Ripley shared a backstage moment with a current WWE star recently. The former Women's World Champion showed her support ahead of a career-changing match. Last week's episode of Raw emanated from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in New York City. Becky Lynch defended the Women's Intercontinental title against Maxine Dupree. Lynch had all the advantage, but AJ Lee's distraction was enough for Dupree to earn the win and the championship. In a video blog uploaded by WWE on its YouTube channel, Dupree was feeling the nerves before going out for her match against the Man. Rhea Ripley came in and gave her a long hug, possibly wishing her good luck before one of the biggest TV matches of the year. Dupree, who looked nervous, couldn't help but smile and say thank you over and over to Mommy, who has been very supportive of the entire women's division. You can watch the moment between the two stars at the 4 o'clock mark. Rhea Ripley later approached AJ Lee backstage after the match, which led to her official confirmation as part of the babyface team in the Women's War Games match. However, things went south on SmackDown after Becky Lynch blindsided Lee and announced herself as the final member of the heel lineup. The heels stood tall over the good girls to end the show, with Lynch, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend celebrating their handiwork. In separate backstage footage from Raw, Rhea Ripley and CM Punk were seen celebrating Maxine Dupree's win over Becky Lynch. The two stars couldn't help but be happy for Dupree, who has improved a lot inside the ring over the past year. While Ripley and Punk were full of joy, Lynch was the opposite on social media. The former champion began protesting her loss to Dupree, spamming Raw general manager Adam Pearce with a lot of phone calls. Lynch is set to air her grievances about what happened on the Survivor Series War Games Go Home edition of Raw inside the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City. However, a dramatic, long, fully imaginative WE storyline, Episode 1, The Return of a Broken Heart. The lights dim in the Raw arena. Thunderous cheers fill the stadium as Liv Morgan makes her shocking return after months of recovery from shoulder injury. Dressed in black leather, a colder attitude on her face, she stares straight down the camera and says, "Rhea Ripley, you broke my body, but you didn't break my heart. I'm back to destroy yours." Suddenly, Rhea Ripley's music hits. The Women's World Champion walks out slowly, smirking. She raises her title and whispers, "Welcome back, Liv. You can try, but you will never take my power." Liv charges forward, but security separates them. Liv screams, "Bad blood, I want you there." The crowd erupts. Over the next weeks, the WWE Universe increasingly sees Liv behaving strangely. She follows Rhea during backstage interviews, peeking from behind corners, smiling creepily. During one episode, she even steals Rhea's leather jacket and walks around wearing it. Priest, Dominik, and the Judgment Day mock Liv, calling her desperate. Liv responds by attacking Dominik with a chair during his match, sending a message to Rhea. "Anything you love, I'll break." Rhea storms out, furious, but Liv escapes through the crowd, laughing. Episode 3. An Unexpected Warning. One night, during a contract signing, Rhea speaks more personally. "Liv, this isn't love. This is self-destruction. If you step in the ring with me at Bad Blood, you'll leave broken again." Liv leans in slowly and whispers, "I like being broken. You taught me that." A chill runs through the audience. Liv signs the contract in her own blood from a cut on her finger. Rhea slams the table and tries to attack, but Liv slips away once again. Episode 4. The Judgment Day Crumbles. Rhea's newfound fear isn't for her title, but for Liv's unpredictable mind. Liv targets every member of Judgment Day, one by one. She sets off pyro near Finn Balor, locks Dominik in a supply room, and costs Damian Priest his match for the tag championships. Liv screams from the ramp, "Take everything from her and she'll finally be alone with me." The storyline shifts from competition to psychological warfare. Episode 5. Face to Face Before War. The final Raw before Bad Blood features a tense in-ring confrontation, no security, no contract, just two fighters. Rhea says, "You want my attention? You have it. You want my soul? You'll never take it." Liv smiles eerily. "I don't want your soul. I want your throne. And I want you to watch me sit on it." Liv tries to kiss the championship belt and Rhea headbutts her. The two brawl brutally until officials separate them. Liv laughs through blood dripping from her mouth. Bad Blood 2024. Match night. Main event. Women's World Championship steel chain match. Chains hang from the ropes. The environment is dark, brutal. Perfect for two women drowning in rivalry. Liv fights with reckless speed, biting and using chains like weapons. Rhea uses raw power, slamming Liv repeatedly against the turnbuckles. After a vicious superplex on a chain pile, both struggle to stand. Liv crawls toward Rhea, whispering, "End me or join me." Rhea lifts her and hits a devastating riptide onto chains, then locks in the prism lock with chain support. Liv refuses to tap. She passes out smiling. Winner and still champion, Rhea Ripley. But the story doesn't end. As Rhea walks away, Liv wakes up, sits up eerily, whispering, "This isn't over, Rhea. I'm not done loving you." Fade to black. If you want. However, the lights of the arena turned crimson and gold as Raw made its explosive debut on the new streaming platform, Netflix. The voice of the crowd shook the cameras as the announcer screamed, "Tonight's main event, a women's world title match between the champion, Rhea Ripley, and the challenger, Liv Morgan." The moment the words were spoken, the atmosphere became electric. Liv Morgan makes her entrance. The lights turned icy blue. A slideshow of broken hearts and barbed wire appeared on the giant screen. Liv Morgan walked out slowly, wearing a dark leather jacket and a smile that showed both confidence and revenge. She dragged a chain behind her as her theme exploded across the speakers. Commentary whispered, "Liv has changed. This is a more vicious version of her." Liv raised her finger like a gun toward the camera. "I'll take everything Rhea stole from me." The crowd roared. Rhea Ripley arrives. Suddenly the lights cut again, pitch black. Then, boom! Pyro exploded. Purple lightning shot across the screen. Rhea Ripley, the women's world champion, appeared with the title hanging from her mouth. She dragged the belt along the ramp like a trophy earned from war. With the Judgment Day theme thundering, the commentator shouted, "The Eradicator is here." Rhea stood face to face with Liv, raised the title, and said quietly, "You'll never take my throne, kid." As the bell rang, Liv didn't attack. She circled Rhea, smiling. Whispers, taunts, grins. Liv was trying to break Rhea mentally. Rhea lunged forward, Liv dodged and slapped her hard. Oh, crowd. "Oh," Rhea smirked. She loved the challenge. Liv unleashed her feral style. Fast kicks, wild hair pulls, a surprise codebreaker off the ropes. 1, 2, Rhea kicked out with pure strength. Liv screamed in frustration, grabbing her chain from outside, but the referee warned her she left it for later. Now Rhea exploded like a beast. Big boot, ripcord headbutt, vertical suplex, riptide attempt. Liv countered into a DDT onto the turnbuckle. Rhea collapsed. Liv went up top, diving double stomp. Liv covered again, won. Rhea powered out. Interference attempt. Suddenly, Judgment Day leader Dominik Mysterio ran to ringside. The crowd booed loudly. Liv saw him and mocked, "Your mommy needs saving?" Dominik tried distracting the ref as Liv grabbed her chain, but before she could use it, Zelina Vega appeared and attacked Dominik, leveling him with a dropkick. The arena went nuts. Liv went for Oblivion, but Rhea caught her midair. With monstrous strength, Rhea swung Liv into a second rope powerbomb. Then, Rhea covered. 1, 2. Liv kicks out. The stadium exploded. Rhea looked stunned for the first time. Liv crawled to the chain again. She wrapped it around her arm and launched a brutal chain-assisted punch to Rhea's jaw. The ref didn't see it. Liv hit Oblivion onto the chain. 1, 2, 3. Liv Morgan wins the women's world title. The crowd erupted. Fireworks shot upward. Liv curled around the title like a treasure she robbed from destiny itself. With a wicked smile, she whispered into the mic, "Revenge is beautiful." Rhea stared up from the mat, furious, shocked. As Liv celebrated, Rhea slowly stood. She pointed at Liv and mouthed, "This isn't over." The lights faded to black with one message on screen. Coming soon, blood payback. The rivalry was only beginning. Would Rhea reclaim her throne? Or has Liv become the new nightmare of the women's division? However, the stadium was packed. The pyro shook the sky, and the crowd roared in anticipation. SummerSlam 2024 had reached the moment everyone had been waiting for, the women's world title match. At the center of the spotlight were two of the most dominant forces in WWE, Liv Morgan, the unpredictable rebel with nothing to lose, and Rhea Ripley, the reigning champion known as the Nightmare, who vowed that no one could dethrone her reign of brutality. The Titantron flashed. Liv Morgan's music hit first. The crowd erupted as she skipped toward the ring, dressed in neon green gear, her signature smirk spread across her lips. A year ago, she struggled for opportunities, but tonight, she stood confident, transformed into a fearless challenger who refused to be overlooked. Then the arena went dark. Purple lights filled the stadium as Rhea Ripley walked out with her women's world title hung across her shoulder like a trophy she'd earned through pain. With leather gear, spiked jacket, and a deadly stare, she marched toward the ring like a general walking into war. The Judgment Day logo flashed behind her, though no members were present. This was personal. She didn't need help. The bell rings. The referee raised the title high, and the bell echoed through the roaring stadium. Liv pounced first, using her speed to dodge Rhea's power. She kicked at Rhea's leg, trying to chop the champion down. Rhea growled, charging forward and slamming Liv with a shoulder block that knocked her to the mat like she weighed nothing. The crowd gasped. Rhea smirked. "Is that all you got?" she taunted. Liv wiped her mouth and smiled back. "Not even close." Liv countered with a springboard knee strike, stunning Rhea and pushing her into the turnbuckle. She unleashed a flurry of punches, but Rhea caught her midair and slammed her with a brutal powerbomb. The ring shook. Rhea lifted Liv again, but Liv wrapped her legs around her neck and twisted into a surprise guillotine submission. The crowd came alive. Rhea fought for breath, slamming Liv into the corner over and over until the hold broke. Momentum shifts. Liv wouldn't stay down. She dodged a clothesline and rammed Rhea's head into the turnbuckle with Oblivion, but Rhea rolled out of the ring before Liv could pin her. Liv climbed the ropes. "Diving crossbody to the outside," the audience chanted. "This is awesome!" Liv looked ready for victory. She rolled Rhea in and set up for another Oblivion, but Rhea caught her mid-move and turned it into a devastating riptide. Rhea stared in disbelief, rage building in her eyes. She dragged Liv to her feet for a second riptide, but Liv twisted free, striking with a backstabber, then a quick codebreaker. Liv screamed in adrenaline and bounced off the ropes Oblivion. She hooked the leg. The stadium booed in shock. Final moments. Both women were exhausted. Liv looked at the crowd, then at Rhea. She backed into the corner, preparing for one last attempt. She charged forward. Rhea caught her riptide into the turnbuckle, then one more riptide center of the ring. The ref raised Rhea's hand. She snatched her title and stared down at Liv, who lay pushing herself up despite the pain. Rhea leaned close, whispering just loud enough for the camera to catch. "You earned it, but not tonight." Liv looked up, battered yet smiling. "This isn't over?" The fans responded with thunderous applause. On that night, Liv didn't win the title, but she won respect, and Rhea Ripley proved why she was the unstoppable champion of SummerSlam 2024. Hi lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Lima, hope your day is so well. If you like the video and subscribe the channel. Hi lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Lima, hope your day is so well. If you like the video and subscribe the channel.